Never make a statement when you could ask a question. What do you think that is? Why? If you imagine this, what's what most people do?
Just decide on how you want it to look. If you want small or longer. Oh. Yeah.
Right, made a mess of your board.
That's fine.
Then you go off the back. I found one.
Oh, you don't know balance. Or do you want to balance on your debit card or the credit card? I'm able to check that out there. That's all I do. So,
You've got to remember, if you go in and yap, you start demonstrating your product too early. Customers let you in to talk to him only because the customer has a little problem. Right? If you do nothing but tell the customer all about your product and what it will do, you pile it up over here. That. No sale. Because to a customer, well, imagine for a moment that I'm in a Jaguar showroom. I see you coming towards me. Good morning, sir. I see you're looking at the new Jaguar XK8. It's got this double overhead camshaft. It's got heated rear windows. It's got heated seats. It's got frost control. It's got double action braking system. And I pile all these things up. What's the first question that comes into your mind if I say any questions?
Price.
The first question is, how much is all that going to cost? So bad salespeople, which as you told me earlier, are in the majority, do this all the time. Whereas the only thing the customer's interested in is the problem, which is still sitting over there unanswered. So poor salesmen always sell like that. They can't wait to get their product or solution out. They can't wait. And this is what happens every time. Good salespeople do something completely the opposite. They spend a long time talking to the customer about their problem. And not talking, they spend a lot of time asking the customer about the problem. And the more the customer talks about the problem, the more knock-on effects the result of not taking any notice of these start to pile up. So what was a little problem, when you start talking about it, piles up over here. And this creates a desire for a solution. Right? So you just, over this side, you maybe have the 1, 2 or 3 features that will address each one of those problems. Right? Over here, all the customer's thinking about is cost. Over here, what they're talking about is value. Now, in this internet age, what is the role of a salesperson? What is their role?
I mean, provide value, I would say.
The role of a salesperson. I asked this question about last year when I was in Finland, and I'd done a job for another personnel development company in Finland, and they said, well, thank you for doing that, but tomorrow morning we're holding a breakfast for a lot of our fellow business people here in Helsinki. Would you mind, just as a freebie, a non-paying event, answer any sales questions that they have, just to put us on the map? We said, no, not at all. And I put this question to all these businessmen sitting in this hotel lobby in Finland. I said, what is the role, and this would have been a really daft question a few years ago, in this internet age, what is the role of a salesperson? And what do you think they said?
I mean, but I don't know, provide value for money. I mean, as in try to make it look like it's a valuable product.
Yes, that's one thing. Make it look like it's a valuable product. What else is the role of a salesperson in the internet age?
I mean, advertise on social media as well.
Advertise on social media, yeah.
Maybe do some e-marketing, as in send some do some e-marketing as well.
E-marketing, yeah. These are all, unless you say I'm wrong, these are all examples of communicating value. Right? What you give me there are all examples of communicating value.
Yeah.
Now that would be very good if this was in the pre-internet age. Because in those times, salespeople used to be the people in control. It was caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. Because the advertising companies and salespeople had all the tricks. Now you were telling me earlier something very interesting. By the time you have got into the shop, you've already assessed the value of your product to you. You already know what it is. So now the shoe's on the other foot, isn't it? Now it's caveat vendito, let the seller beware. Because you already know what you're talking about. This is very interesting. You should say that. So how do you think a salesperson can not communicate value, but create value in this internet age? Not communicate, no, create value. What could they be doing that makes you think, I hadn't thought of that, I hadn't thought of something. What could a salesperson do?
That's a good question.
Well, the only way they've got with a savvy international sort of buyer like you, they've got to ask questions that the customer may not have thought about. You know, you've got to make the customer think about problems that they hadn't actually considered before if they went ahead and bought this product. Most customers are saying to you, show me something I didn't already know about a product, about a problem I didn't realise I had, and then show me the unanticipated solution. So it's no longer a salesperson's job to identify problems that the customer already knows about. It's the customer will value this, thinking, I hadn't thought of that. If I don't fix this soon, I could be purchasing something that doesn't do exactly what I wanted to do, or maybe doesn't do enough of what I wanted to do. So what we do then is we have to start doing something which was actually discovered back in 1970 by a man whose name was Neil Rackham. And he wasn't an American sales guru, sales expert. He was a student at Sheffield University. He did a big study into what all the top sales people in the world were doing. He was the actual exercise was paid for by Motorola and Xerox, because they wanted to know what it was that their top, despite all the great sales training that these two companies gave their sales force, the same sort of people always came out with the top of sales competitions. What were they doing? Despite all the training, it doesn't matter whether it was a good market or a bad market, the same people always came out on top. What was it that they discovered, having witnessed, this is an amazing statistic, 34,000 sales interactions around the world? What was the one identifiable thing that a top salesperson was doing that the average salesperson was not doing?
Probably asking questions.
Yes, you're exactly right, because you've been on the course. And So, top sellers ask sellers ask more questions. That's all they do. That's all they found out. This man Neil Rackham, because of a great international study, top sellers ask more questions. Why are questions more powerful than statements?
This one I don't know.
What do you think? One reason could be.
One reason maybe they make you think.
Yep. In fact, the first thing I really want you to come to, it helps you to understand.
So I have an account. Okay.
What the prospect wants.
Okay then. Just give me a second. Just say it. I am.
And why? Now that'd be pretty obvious, I think. Right? That's not why. And number two, much more powerful, questions force prospect to think about what the seller wants them to think about. Top sellers ask more questions. Number one, it helps to understand. More importantly, more powerfully, when you ask somebody a question, they are forced to think of it. It's like getting hold of somebody by the lapels of their jacket and jerking it towards you. And each question shouldn't be done as if you had a clipboard and you're doing a market research survey in your local high street. They should be done in a very chatty way, because the questions guide your customer towards the area you want them to think about. That's the problems which your company and your business can actually fix. So how do you plan these questions? What are you going to do? You can't just hope that questions are going to come into your head, the first time you go and see something.
So I guess you go and prepare, before.
That's right. Well, we've got to start to plan some questions. So let's rub this out again.
Oh, do you want to borrow as well? I'll bring it out. Okay. What colour would you like? There's blue, white and green. Blue.
The best way to do this is to think of it as three concentric circles. One, two, now, at the top there is your customer. What sort of outcomes? Let's say I'm trying to sell a sales training service. The customer wants more sales. The customer wants better, more resilient attitude. In the sales force, I want them to be asking better questions, and be more enthusiastic, and so on. Now, over here is me. I'm a provider of sales training services. What sort of outcomes can I offer? I can definitely offer more sales. I can definitely offer training in better attitude. Now, the reason this is important is there's so few sales training courses offer this. This guy over here might want an he international presence. Now, I can't offer international presence. I've got some people overseas. That's something I can't actually do. I can offer ways to increase enthusiasm.
Yeah, I did.
Ask more questions. My competitor over here.
I'll
this
try
is me.
one more because I know the setting numbers.
Right. My competitors may be much larger. They may offer an international presence.
Okay, I'm going to try the other way. Okay.
My competitors may offer training in, let's say, leadership. That's not something which I concentrate. It's kind of a peripheral thing. My competitors may offer more coaching. There's some things I can do, something which my competitors can do, some things that only I can do which my competitors can't do, and this is what the customer wants. So what you've got to try and do all the time is link up the things that your customer wants with the things that you know.
This one?
There's one there. More sales. More sales. That's good. Better attitude. I can definitely do that. It's another thing I can click on there. What I can't do is offer these people an international presence. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going to talk about it. I can show people how to become more enthusiastic. People ask more questions. There's quite a few things I can do. There's quite a lot of things over here that I can't do. So what I'm going to do is concentrate my sale on this.
Yes, that's the
Sell here. Most people when they sell, because they get out there, they want to show their product or service too soon. They concentrate on this segment, which we call parity, where every company has an equal share of the ball, and everybody looks the same. Right? What I want my customer to do is focus on the things that I do that he actually wants, not about the things that he doesn't do. Now from this, and these kind of strong links here, the questions that I ask focus on the things, the reasons why my offering is better than my competitor's offering, by getting the customer to think about not just the things that I can do, but the knock-on effects of not doing these things. Right? I don't necessarily, you were talking about the product that you want when you leave the front door, there might be a new version of the product which would really be something quite useful for you. You might not admit it to me, you might actually think, wow, he was right. I hadn't actually thought of that.
MC Builders.
There is something which I didn't believe was possible. Now it is possible. From this, you see, this thing, you can now start to create your own sales story. And the sales story, which I would often tell to a customer like that is, I'm a very small company, which means that when I sell to you, you know that you'll be getting me to do your training, and not some trainer of unknown experience, of unknown sort of background, like you might get in one of our larger competitors. Often they have a sales force who go out and sell the services they offer, but not people who actually do the training. Being a small company, I've been in that situation. I didn't like it. I like actually getting out in front and doing the sales training. So I'm always looking for customers who are looking for that small company contact. Right? If somebody said to me, yes, but you don't have international presence, I know, but in the areas where I am present, I can offer you a superior service, and I accept that. I accept I can't offer you something over here, but look at the things that I do offer you. This, and this, this, and this, and this, and this. So doing selling in the modern way to create value, I've got to make the person concentrate on what it is I do, the knock-on effects and knock-on goes, and put the competitor on the back foot by not talking about some of these issues at all, but even if they're there. And in this way, I differentiate myself and my company from other competitors in the marketplace. And the interesting thing is, if you sell in this way, by finding what it is your customer wants and identifying and linking in your customer's mind these things that you can do, even if a competitor comes along with a cheaper service, you very often put them on the back foot because the customer is concentrating on what I can do in areas that he actually wants. You're trying to build those things up. You're never going to have 100% link up with all the things the customer wants, all the things I can do. Your job is not to get your site seller out, not to get your demonstration up too quickly. Your job is to link into customers